Welcome, 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 my lovelies. Um, Welcome back. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you like this video, please press the thumbs up button, the like symbol, as it helps my videos to get more known by other lovely Doll's House people. Welcome. So, it's literally all go here at the moment. Oops, sorry, just stood on the workbox. Yes, it's all go at the moment. We've got all different things happening. I'm not really sure what to film next. Well, I am because I've started this video, but I was trying to work out what to put on next because I am conscious all the time, my lovelies, in trying to get videos to you as soon as possible. I think it's been about a week now since my last one, so I thought I would try and get something put on today for you. Just so you know, all excitement everywhere. I have another commission, yay, that I'm working on for some lovely people. They sound like very, very nice people. And we had a good conflab with them and decided what we're doing. So it's completely different from my last commission that I did. And it would be quite good. I thought I would film it for you in videos for you, just to show you the contrast between different houses that people have. But anyway, that's videos to come. I may do that in 1 or 2 or 3 parts, depending on how long it takes. I don't want the videos to be too long for you. I don't want you getting bored. I'm sure you don't. Anyway, moving on. So I decided, cheers. Oh, and also, I want to apologise. One lady wrote a comment saying that she enjoyed my videos, but the volume was far too low, even when she had her laptop turned up. I know the volumes on laptops aren't great. You can hear it easier on TV, but in saying that, if that's your only option, then I do apologise, absolutely apologise. I've got a new program, a new video editing program that I'm using in these last few videos, and I'm still trying to work out what sections to go in to turn the actual volume up. I even have a new microphone plugged in, so hopefully between one thing and another, I will help the volume to be up a bit for you. I do apologise if it's still a bit not very good, but I will keep trying my best, and I will persevere. So yes, so apart from a commission I have going, which I'm filming for you, which that will be coming up ASAP, I thought I would do this little piece here. I'll try and block the mirror because I know it mirrors everything backwards and forwards. So it's a nice, lovely, delicate piece of furniture, bare wood furniture, and I'm going to do it to suit one of the rooms in my big house. Those of you who have seen previous videos, that I have the Ashcroft Hall, which is renamed Nigel's Palace, and it's going to be extremely extravagant as time goes on. The more I've thought about it, the more ideas I've had for it, the more outrageous it's getting. So in my head anyway. So hopefully I will be starting videos for that soon as well. But what I have done, I'd got some wallpaper that I wanted to put in one of the rooms, and then I looked at the wallpaper, looked at this piece of furniture, and started working out sort of what I could do to make it acceptable in that room. Everything's going to be over the top, as I said. So yes, so I'm going to start with this little bit of furniture in this video. The mirror is quite easy to take off. It just peels off at the back. I can stick that back on and reinforce it at the end of the day to make sure it's there permanently. But hopefully this will, yep, will just come out. Right, I'll put that aside so it's nice and safe. So now we just have the the furniture itself, just to show you up close. There's little bits of detail on there which I'm obviously going to pick out. You know me. Nothing too quiet. No, it's going to be quite quite the thing when it's done. I will, of course, love to hear your comments when I finish with this piece, and hope that some of you like what I'm doing and my style of work. So I'm going to. I've got the wallpaper that I'm going to use for that room, and I'm just looking at different colours, and I'm going to pick a colour that I think will go in that room, and we shall get started. Hurrah! Oh, and by the way, I keep realising there's reflection on my glasses because it's a nice sunny day coming in. I also apologise for that, folks. I don't know if I'm better with or without them. Maybe just a mask. I don't know. Who knows? Who cares? There is nothing I love more than sitting in my workshop, working on a project, whether it's a commission, whether it's for myself, whether it's for friends. I do all of the above and enjoy every second of it. Or things for sale that I think people may like. Oh, I just wanted to say as well, while we're sitting relaxing, I'd had a couple of different comments from you lovely people, and I wrote a couple of them down just to remind me to reply to you. One of them was from Helen Gibson. Helen, if you're watching, hurrah! Thank you so much for your comment. Thank you for watching. But you had pointed out that Nigel, our newest kitten, who's not such a kitten now, he's quite big, although he's only 7 months old now, so still a baby really. But you had mentioned that the M on the top of Georgie's forehead stands for mackerel, where he's two-toned with a sort of stripe pattern. But the M stands for mackerel, and mackerel cats have narrow vertical stripes down their bodies, resembling the fish, the mackerel, and the ginger tabby cats have the more varied pattern, which Georgie has. So he has a more varied pattern, but he still has the M pattern. When you look at it, we hadn't realised it looked like an M until you mentioned it, Helen. And of course, when I saw that on the video, the comment, Georgie was out at the time in our garden, which to him is like a jungle because he's this size. The garden is this size, and I was going round with his box of their box of nibbles, shaking them frantically, calling Georgie, Georgie, and I was desperate for him to come to me so I could grab him and look at the M on his forehead. But he did come, and John and me were quite impressed when we realised what you had pointed out. So thank you so much for that, because it just makes everything more special, even though he's not special enough as he is. Bless him. And another lady, I don't know, did I write your name down? I didn't write your name down. I'm so sorry. But if you're watching, you'll know who you are. But one lady commented on one of the last videos that I had put on when I had shown the tea chests that I'd made. I'd got the pattern from Julie Warren's site, little bits and pieces, and you had mentioned that those tea chests, they reminded you of years ago when your parents and siblings emigrated to Australia from Wales many years ago. Well, we remember that same time, that same period, because when we were young, my parents also used those same the tea chests just like those. But I remember them when we actually moved from here in the UK to Wales. How spooky is that? Not very, probably quite common. But I just thought that was very interesting. I just wanted to mention that. But as you said, as you wrote, that it had reminded you of those times. As you said it, it just took me back to those days as well. I think I was about 10 or 11 years old at that time. So yeah, it was really very nice to think back on those good times, and they were good times. I don't have, luckily, don't have any bad memories of the past, which is absolutely wonderful. I was very, very lucky that I had such lovely parents. Now that's just coming on. It's a nice a chalky, almost like a Wedgwood blue, but it's not. It's not called that. But but it's very soft and delicate. But obviously, it's not going to stay that way, is it? Not entirely, anyway. On bright sunny days like this, it's an absolute joy to sit here and potter away. And when it's sunny and quiet outside, you could literally hear a pin drop in here. Um, I have I'm on the second coat, and that's all that I need to give this colour. But in between colours, I put the hairdryer on it quickly, just to dry it off, and then sanded it as best I could. It's very small, but I just tear up small pieces of sandpaper. I used a very fine one, 150, just very fine. So it just gave it a smooth sanding. And then I'm going over, just finishing off, giving it a second coat. But while I'm doing that, I have to tell you guys the excitement. I'm so excited. As you know, if you've been watching my videos, I have the big house, the Georgie's Palace, originally the Ashcroft Hall, which is the same as the last videos I had put together, the 3-part videos of the Ashcroft Hall that I had done for a commission for somebody. And that went very well. But also, while I've been designing my own Georgie's Palace, I've come up with lots of different ideas. And as you know, I'm going to do the people that have moved in, or the couple that have moved in, are billionaires, so they can have what they want, basically. And they're sort of doing the house. It was in a state when they got it. There was no decor when they bought the building, but they're one by one. They're going to have the rooms slowly brought back to life again. And as I said, they wanted or they wanted a sort of Versailles style look. They're not going to replicate exact rooms in Versailles. I don't want the hassle. I don't want the anxiety of trying to do that. Hats off to people that do and try and create an exact replica. But I just like to use my own talent and my own vision to produce my work. I don't want to try and copy existing rooms. That's not where the fun comes for me. But I've recently, in the last week, I've recently purchased a lot of items, a lot of equipment, lots of craft stuff, lots of bits of furniture, and a lot that I've bought is for the Versailles style house. And looking through some of it, when you buy different pieces and you come home, and then the next day you like to open things up and open bags and boxes and look through things. That's part of the excitement. And looking through the pieces that I bought, um, I bought a box of stuff. I didn't know what was actually in it. Um, I had an idea, but not everything. And I was looking through it, and I found a couple of two small miniature items, and I could not sleep that night. I was awake, or well, I probably did sleep, but I felt like I was awake the entire night. I was so excited, I cannot tell you. So this item, or these two items that I looked at, completely just put me off on another track, adding to the Versailles look, but it's just outrageously over the top. I cannot wait, and I bet some of you can't wait either. Hurry up, Richard, and get those videos on. I have to do them first, of course, trying to find time along with everything else, and I have to do my commission work first because that's for customers, um, and quite rightly so. But this item, or these items, I looked at, and I instantly pictured another building that wasn't Versailles, but it was along the same kind of lines, and then that just set me off on a what I thought was going to be sort of over the top type rooms. Then I went into another zone. That's all I can say. This happened in the middle of the night when I woke up in the middle of the night and could not sleep. So this one item, two really, but one in particular, which you will see in the videos very soon. As soon as I can start putting them on, I will, and I will start doing the rooms. I may even start with that room. Oh no, I am going to actually, as I promised, I'm going to do the museum area underneath. I've got a load more stuff to do with that. I've got more stuff in the post coming to do with that part of the building. So very soon, hopefully, I'll start on the museum, the basement in the house, and start making that look totally different from the state it's in at present. Um, but yes, it's all excitement. I don't know how I get through each day without jumping up and down with joy. Anyway, here we are. So that's it. It looks slightly patchy because it's wet. Some is wet and some is dry. But I'm going to put the hairdryer on that, dry that off, and then go on to the next stage. And I shall wash my brushes. I bought a whole set of new brushes. They're Chinese, all different sizes, and they're really, really well made. I was trying to hold this up to show you, but I cannot. I don't know. I cannot get it into focus. Is that helping at all? But it looks like it's pronounced Ziyushi, Zioshi. That doesn't help at all, does it? It's Ziyouzhe. If I remember, I may even write it on the screen. It's also in Chinese, which I'm not going to write on the screen because I don't have a Chinese keyboard. If I did, I still wouldn't know what to do. Anyway, let's go and wash this lovely brush. I'm so glad I bought these brushes. I'm going to use them for hopefully many years. I'll go and wash the brush and come back to the workshop, and we'll carry on with the next part. Hurrah! Right, okay. Stage 2. Stage 2. This is a stage I always love to do. Look, sparkly, sparkly. I'll just open it carefully. I know I do have a lot of messages, which are really lovely of you to say so, folks. But I do get a lot of messages where people have commented and said they're so pleased that I've put another video on, and they've actually stopped to make a cup of tea or coffee or whatever, to sit down and just enjoy the video. Um, and I just want to say, apart from the fact that I really appreciate that, and I think it's just a lovely, lovely thing to say, folks. Thank you very much. But I just want you to know that before I start every video, it's not a business. It's just such a good fun thing to do, and I just can't seem to stop doing these videos, which is absolutely wonderful. But I feel the same. I get ready and sit down. I've made a cup of tea, and I'm all excited to start the video for you guys. So the mutual is the feeling is mutual, as they say. And now, if I take these are all separate leaves of gold leaf. Here we are. Lovely. So, obviously, I'm going to begin gold leafing. Let's just put these, keep these nice and out of the way. Obviously, I'll keep an elastic band around that because they're all separate, so they will go everywhere. Okay, so I'm using a pot of, it's a very old pot now, but it's a size, S-I-Z-E, for leaf metal. Gold leaf, silver leaf, whatever leaf, copper, bronze, you name it, you can get it. And I need a twister thing to undo this because it's so old. Un momento. Okay, another good thing I use, which is absolutely a godsend for bottles and containers that won't open properly, is this rubber thing here. I don't know what you call it, but it's many years old, and you just place it over the jar or the tube or the bottle, and then you twist, and then you hope for the best that it actually works, like so. Another tip: if you're opening bottles of tubes of paint or anything with a screw top, if it really won't budge, there's lots of tips about putting it in hot water, doing different things to it. But if you've got something that can grip it, like so, then instead of trying to undo it, turn it the anti-clockwise, the way it would go, try tightening it more than it actually is, and try and tighten against, tighten it up even more. And 9 times out of 10, I've learnt this trick years ago, and it's worked so many times when I really can't get a container undone. I've tightened it even more, and it just clicks because it's going with the thread, with the grain. It just clicks a tiny bit tighter. As soon as it does that, it then unopens really easily. And I have used that so many times I cannot tell you. And it now and again it won't work because of the way the container is and how seized up it is. But very often it works a treat. Right, okay, so I'm just going to paint this size on when I want it. I'm using one of these Chinese brushes again. It's a 000, so it's very fine. And I'm just going to paint the size on and then leave it about 10 minutes before I start adding the gold leaf. I could, of course, paint the gold on top first of all and then use the leaf. I'm just going to use it as it is at the moment, just to see how it goes on without painting it gold underneath. Let me just cut this a little bit. It does cut easily with a scalpel. But whilst trying not to breathe, although breathing does help in this process, place the gold leaf on after you've painted the size. I've left the size for about between 5 and 10 minutes before applying the gold leaf. It just starts going sort of tacky, so it helps stick the leaf onto the item. And then just slowly go round with a soft, just a very, very soft brush. And just enjoy the moment. Just take your time. Patch up little areas if you see any. And then the rest of the gold leaf, just brush that off carefully. I do actually have, one moment. Now this is a different one, but I do actually have a pot of gold leaf in all tiny, tiny little pieces. This is part of what I've just bought recently, but it's all very light, very small amounts of gold leaf. But you can, if you've got to get another container, if you're going to do a lot of gold leafing, and the bits that you brush off, just put those in a small container, like so, and then you can collect them and use those over a time. But that's a different shade of gold. This one I wanted a real sort of yellow gold, if that makes sense. And then just keep applying. Okay, so as you go, you can, when you're brushing off gold leaf, you can probably keep brushing for many days and you'll still find little bits coming off. But that's just to show you how it's coming along. It's looking really nice. I'm going to age it just a little bit, just add in a tiny bit of, what am I using, raw umber, watered down greatly, and just painting that on, just splodging here and there. And then I can dab with a little cloth, just to darken it very, very slightly. There. It just makes it look like it hasn't been made today. Now, to finish off, I'm just going over the top, the tabletop, with a little PVA glue. Nice light, fine layer, not too thick, like so. And it's dry. And then I have a piece of plastic marble paper. It does have a sticky back, but it's not very sticky. So if I hold my breath for 1 minute. Like so. Just flatten that down. And we can place the mirror back. I might go over the mirror, the piece of paper on the back with a little bit of glue around the edge just to hold it on. But I just want to show you the finished piece. There we are. Now, what I'll do is, if it needs it, just around the edge there, I'll just trim with a sharp scalpel or craft knife, just to trim the edge up, and that will dry flat when it's completely dry. If I show you, you can see, hopefully you can see the marble top in this light. It's not great, is it? There we are. The marble paper, that's got an extra sheen on it because I've sprayed it with a gloss varnish. So I just got the piece of paper bigger than I needed, spray it with a gloss varnish and leave it for quite a while to dry, and that just gives it a real extra gloss, as if it's been polished. You might not be able to see it too well here, but anyway, I'll let me put this up on the table there, and I'll show you it finished. Okay, my lovelies, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like the little table that I've done, and I can't wait to get round to doing the room that this little table will eventually go into. It will be a little while before I get round to it, but the excitement's just too much, I have to say. I'm finding it very difficult to sleep at nights at the best of times. Anyway, until the next time, I hope you are well. Stay well, stay safe, and we'll speak to you again soon. Thank you so much for watching, folks. Take care. Bye all.